Welcome back, Focused Laners. Today on The Explainer, we are unpacking an absolute masterclass in modern reality TV drama. We're looking at the anatomy of a scandal, specifically the explosive, friendship-ending, completely unprecedented fallout from the Summer House Season 10 reunion. Honestly, whether you're a casual viewer or a hardcore reality TV historian, the way this particular controversy unfolded is just a fascinating case study. It's got secrecy, it's got betrayal, and some wild crisis PR. We're going to break down exactly how a hidden romance brought an entire cast to its breaking point, and we're going to use the facts, the timelines, and of course, the undeniable receipts.
To really understand the visceral intensity of what we're about to explore, we have to start right here. You move silent, but you're effing deadly. Those are the words leveled by Ciara Miller directly at her best friend of 6 years, Amanda Batula. It's a shocking, totally undeniable hook, right? And it tells you everything you need to know about the emotional stakes of this reunion. This wasn't just your standard reality TV disagreement. This was a complete shattering of trust on a very, very public stage. But get this, before the reunion even aired, the scandal completely broke the fourth wall. After a super exhausting 10-hour taping session, over 2 minutes of highly sensitive raw audio somehow leaked online. I mean, this was an unprecedented breach of security for the network. The leak featured the cast screaming, crying, and dropping these massive revelations, and it left network executives absolutely furious, prompting Bravo to launch a full-scale, sweeping investigation to find the culprit.
Okay, let's get right into Section 1, the reunion audio leak.
So what exactly are the hard facts of this leak? We're talking about over 2 minutes of raw, unedited audio just flooding the internet on a random Friday afternoon. Host Andy Cohen immediately took to social media looking visibly drained and straight up said that out of the 150-plus reunions he's hosted, this was easily one of the most intense he had ever shot. Meanwhile, cast member Kyle Cook decided to put on his detective hat. He took to Instagram to objectively theorize that the leak couldn't have been a cast member's phone hidden in a couch cushion. And he said it wasn't the Glam Squad either, just based on how the audio levels were captured. Basically, someone, acting totally on their own, risked their entire career to expose this fight.
Moving on to Section 2, Timeline of a Scandal.
Let's rewind the clock and look at the undeniable overlap of events here. In November 2023, Amanda and Kyle quietly separate, but agree not to see other people. Fast forward to January 17, 2026. Ciara Miller invites Amanda out, gets ignored, checks her friend's location, and sees she is actually at their castmate's West Wilson's apartment. Then, in February 2026, West makes the first move and he and Amanda share their first kiss. Finally, on March 31, 2026, right in the middle of all these swirling rumors, Amanda and West drop a rushed, joint Instagram statement confirming their romance.
Now talk about a stark contrast between public denial and private panic. When Ciara originally confronted Amanda about the rumors over text, Amanda's exact response was, "Duh, we're just friends." She told her best friend things were completely PG. But what was actually happening behind the scenes? Well, during the leaked audio, Amanda admits the real reason they rushed their public statement was the fear of an intimate, vulnerable video of the two of them being leaked and used as blackmail. They weren't just friends, they were actively doing damage control.
Which actually brings us to a classic public relations tactic. That joint statement we just talked about, it was rushed out over a weekend. In the PR and reality TV world, this is what's known as the Friday news dump. It's basically the strategy of releasing highly controversial or damaging news when media attention and public scrutiny are at their absolute lowest point, usually heading into a weekend. They just wanted to rip the Band-Aid off quickly to get ahead of that dreaded video leak.
Let's pivot to Section 3, the betrayed best friend. You can practically hear the heartbreak and sheer disbelief in this quote from Ciara on the reunion stage. Speaking directly to Amanda about West, she says, "He wants to embarrass me. He wants to get his last little word because he's with you to spite me." Keep in mind, you guys, West is Ciara's ex. She had championed Amanda through years of Amanda's own difficult marriage, only to find out her best friend was silently pursuing the exact same man who had broken her heart. And Ciara? She definitely did not come to this reunion empty-handed. She methodically brought the receipts. First, she brought up the January 17th location data.
showing Amanda at West's apartment. Then she pointed out that during this exact same time, West was actively seeing another woman, Misha Moreno, who, by the way, even gave West the horsehair tie he wore on live television. And finally, she backed Amanda into a corner where Amanda had to admit on camera that she 100% lied when she previously claimed the relationship was just innocent and PG. Ciara built an undeniable, airtight case against their whole timeline.
Now for Section 4, the ex-husband's reaction.
According to recent lifestyle interviews, Amanda's stated goal for the year was seeking independence. She stepped back from her creative director role at her and Kyle's company, Loverboy. She secured her own solo partnership with Vaseline. She was even hunting for the perfect pair of YSL loafers to define her new independent aesthetic. Yet, her immediate action was to silently entangle herself in a brand new, highly secretive relationship with her younger castmate, West. It is just such a profound contrast between her desire for an independent identity and the actual reality of her actions.
And Kyle Cook just watched all of this unfold. His reaction to Wes was captured in this incredibly raw quote. "I thought I knew you, man. I've been back and forth between feeling concerned and betrayed." Wes was supposed to be Kyle's close friend. Yet, what's truly compelling here is that despite that deep betrayal, when Ciara went on the attack and called Amanda a weak figure who would never challenge West, Kyle actually leaned over and quietly defended his estranged wife. He told Ciara she was being too harsh, so that loyalty, however fractured it was still partially there. The collateral damage from all this was immense, just rippling across the rest of the group. Jesse Solomon, another castmate, literally broke down crying on the reunion stage, looking right at West and saying he felt like he was losing a brother. But then, in this bizarre twist of fate, the shockwave of this scandal actually brought former feuding fiancés Carl and Lindsay together. They found this awkward, whispered peace on the couches, basically just bonding over their shared absolute disbelief at Amanda and West's actions.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Escaping to Italy.
It really leaves us with the ultimate question: can this relationship possibly survive? I mean, when a foundation is built on secrecy, location tracking, overlapping timelines, and the alienation of almost every single friend in your social circle, does the romance actually stand a chance against the intense backlash from both the cast and the reality TV fandom?
Well, their immediate answer was to basically flee the scene of the crime. Just hours before the reunion premiered on television, West and Amanda were spotted thousands of miles away, hiding out at a restaurant called Civico 4 in Rome, Italy. They chose to weather the storm entirely out of the country. It is a fascinating, highly dramatic cliffhanger to a masterfully chaotic season. So, as you process this timeline and all these facts we just went through, I want to leave you with this final thought. In the hyper-surveilled world of modern reality television, is it ever actually possible to keep a secret, or does the cover-up always cause more destruction than the truth? Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer today, Focus Learners.